So it's officially been 1 year since Lisa, Savannah, and I made our way to Southeast Asia after graduating dental school. Went down to Singapore, and then we went up to Thailand, and we spent 17 days there before I went off to ODS when I joined the Navy. Finally got around to putting the videos together, and we wanted to share this experience with you. So here is Singapore and Thailand 2019. After several months of planning and preparing, it was finally time to head off to Singapore and Thailand. But first, we had to fly for 19 hours with our 7-month-old baby, Savannah. What, you waiting for your food? You want another piece of watermelon? Oh, I hit your nose. Our first day in Singapore, we went down to the Gardens by the Bay and Marina Bay Sands Hotel. We were able to check out the huge artificial trees, which were really cool. And then from there, we went and checked out the Cloud Forest Botanical Garden. How's it going?
Yeah, it's the best time.
During the second day of our trip to Singapore, we had the chance to jump on one of those tour buses. We're able to get off pretty much wherever you want in the city and jump on the tour bus whenever it passes by again. We had the chance to go up to the Singapore Botanical Gardens, which is a World Heritage Site, and we got to go see some orchids. They have a beautiful orchid garden, and we spent about an hour there. We had a lot of fun. So definitely one of the biggest highlights about being in Singapore is the food. And so Singapore in itself is a pretty expensive city. Pretty much everything in Singapore is priced just about the same as it would be in the US, but the food is dirt cheap and it is so good. So Singapore is like a melting pot in Southeast Asia. So you get a lot of influence from Indian food, you get a lot of influence from Chinese food, definitely influence from the other surrounding Southeast countries. At the basement of pretty much every single building, there's these hawker centers, which are basically these giant food courts. And a lot of times they're just Indian food, they have Chinese food, just depending on what part of the city you're in, you get a cultural experience just by the food that they have in those hawker centers. So that was one of the things that we enjoyed the most, is going to those hawker centers and getting food. I've just finished our first leg of the trip in Singapore, and we just arrived at the Chiang Mai airport, and we are here really early, so we're just hanging out, but we're off to Thailand and Krabi today, so that's the next adventure. After arriving to Krabi, Thailand, we had to get in a taxi and make our way down to the Andaman Sea, where you have to get into a long-tail boat in order to get to Railay Beach. Railay Beach is not an island, but it's surrounded by these big limestone cliffs, so the only way to actually access the beach itself is by long-tail boat. And since we got there when the tide was low, we had to wait around for the tide to come up a little bit, and even then we still had to wait about 100 yards into the ocean in order to get onto this boat. So with all of our luggage, it was not easy, but we eventually made our way to the long-tail boat, and from there is about 20-minute boat ride to get to Railay Beach, where we spent a few days.
These skies have a different light, white noise that keeps me up at night. I can't help but think back to you. I wish that I could find a face that I would recognize. I replay the memory of you. It's been hard, you know I wanted to stay, caught us off guard, but there was no other way. Did you wait? 'Cause I've been counting the days, and I'm calling up to say I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. And I know that it's time overdue, but I'm coming home. I'm coming home to you. And I know that it's time overdue, but I'm coming home. Hold on to my embrace, this time I promise it won't break. I'm hoping that things haven't changed. Life took us far apart, but it never took away my heart. Have you been holding it safe? Stay out till morning and head out exploring, make up for months that we've missed. 'Cause your lips are calling and my heart's recalling a way I could never resist. 'Cause it's been hard, you know I wanted to stay, caught us off guard, but there was no other way. Did you wait? 'Cause I've been counting the days.
She's learning Anatomy 101. She's trying to figure out if these are circumcised or not.
I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. And I know that it's time overdue, but I'm coming home. I'm coming home to you.
morning, Savannah. Good morning. You had the whole bed yourself? Yeah? Are you enjoying Thailand? Yeah? All the Thai ladies love you. They love you.
After spending 3 nights in Railay Beach, we had to jump in a long-tail boat again in order to make our way back to Krabi. Riding in a long-tail boat from Railay Beach to Krabi only took 20 minutes, but the time seemed to take a little bit longer when I realized that my wife and my 7-month-old daughter were on a small boat with just our luggage. After riding back to Krabi, we jumped on a tour bus that took us 3 hours across the peninsula of Thailand. From there, we jumped on a ferry to arrive to Koh Samui, which is a small island that sits in the Gulf of Thailand. The ferry ride at Koh Samui was uneventful and only took an hour. Plus, we nearly had the entire ferry to ourselves since we came during the shoulder season. Koh Samui is a small tropical island that sits on the east side of Thailand. It has the traditional Thai culture intermingled with a slow, laid-back island feel. We had a chance to stay at a hotel that sat right on the beach for just $30 a night. So definitely one of the biggest perks about spending time in Koh Samui is we had a chance to do a day cruise out to Koh Samui National Marine Park, which sits about an hour and a half outside of Koh Samui. So we took a day cruise out there. We enjoyed some local Thai cuisine on the day cruise. We did a little snorkeling. We did a day hike to a lagoon on one of those islands, and we had a chance to enjoy the scenery, and it was a blast. After spending 5 days in Koh Samui, unfortunately, we had to leave. And we decided to go into the interior of Thailand to the old cultural historical city of Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is an old city in the mountainous region of Thailand that sits in between Laos and Burma. And Chiang Mai is known for all of its beautiful Buddhist temples, and there are dozens, if not hundreds, of Buddhist temples throughout the city. Birdman. During our first day in Chiang Mai, we decided to go to one of the biggest historical landmarks, which is the Buddhist temple of Doi Suthep, which is a Buddhist temple that sits atop a mountain that overlooks the city. One of our favorite things about staying in Chiang Mai is we had the opportunity to check out one of the night markets. They have these night markets every Saturday and Sunday that span for miles throughout the old city. And we had a chance to taste some of the local street food as well as see the art scene. On our third day in Chiang Mai, we decided to do an elephant tour to a local elephant sanctuary, which on a normal day, you would have lots of other tourists that would go with you. But it just so happened to be that Lisa, Savannah, and I were the only tourists for the day. So we had the elephants to ourselves. So today is our last full day of the trip, and we're in Chiang Mai and we're going on an elephant tour, and we just found out that the three of us are the only ones on this tour today. So we're gonna see how that goes. We're just in the back of a truck right now. Flip you around, and this is our view. There's Lisa filtering all that exhaust and pollution. Savannah's chilling right here. Oh yeah.
We just picked up a bunch of bananas to hopefully give elephants.
Got a car full of bananas for
The whole
elephants.
market is full of bananas.
Banana market. What are you doing? We arrived at the elephant sanctuary. It's Lisa and I. It's just the two of us here today. We're about to make some medicine, I think, for the elephants. And Savannah's just being babysat right now, so it's kind of nice. There's the medicine we just made. We're putting it back in the banana pill to trick the elephants. They're gonna have no idea. Mount.
No move, okay?
So there you have it. That's 17 days in Southeast Asia, in the beautiful city of Singapore and the beautiful areas of Thailand. We loved it. We're excited that we had the opportunity to go down to Japan and explore some more of that Asian culture. We're excited to spend 2 years down there and hopefully have a chance to go back to Singapore and to Thailand in the future.